I want to be the very best like no one ever was. Hey, we have 107 facts about Pokemon that you need to know. From the awesome TV show to the super addictive video games. Let's go. Number 1. Let's start off with something everyone should know. Pokemon is short for pocket monsters. It's not a translation of anything, it's just shortened. Number 2. The original concept behind Pokemon was coming up with an artificial form of insect collecting that would allow children living in cities who would otherwise be unable to catch critters to participate in the hobby. When he was young, the creator of Pokemon would collect bugs. Number 3. Despite its relatively young age, Pokemon is the second best-selling video game franchise of all time, right behind Mario. Number 4. In the Pokemon manga, Ash's original companion was Clefairy. When it moved to television, Clefairy was swapped out with Pikachu, because TV marketers decided the latter was, quote, cuter and more yellow. He is indeed more yellow. Number 5. All Pokemon have a Japanese name. Some are the same as their English counterparts, like Pikachu's, but others are completely different. Bulbasaur is Fushigi-dane, which translates to, isn't it strange? It's also a pun that can mean mystery bulb. Haunter's Japanese name is Ghost, and Drowsy's is Sleeper, which is getting a bit literal, but our favorites may have to be Magby, which is Booby, and Magmar, which is Boober. Number 6. The episode Beauty and the Beach was censored in the US for depicting a bikini-clad James with rather realistic-looking fake boobs. They were inflatable, guys. Number 7. One infamous episode, Den no Senshi Porygon, had strobing red and blue lights that caused more than 600 children in Japan to have seizures. The episode has never been aired or released since. Number 8. Porygon and its evolutions have never made a major appearance in the show since the aforementioned episode's airing, which isn't very fair when you realize it was Pikachu who caused the strobing, but no one hates Pikachu. Number 9. Pokemon actually holds the Guinness World Record for most photosensitive epileptic seizures caused by a TV show, at 750 seizures triggered by a single event. Yikes! Now there's a record that nobody should break. Number 10. A new species of Pterosaur, discovered in 2014, was named after the Pokemon Aerodactyl. Number 11. Many of the Pokemon's growls and roars are recycled sounds from various kaiju in the Godzilla franchise. Number 12. Storyboard artist Masamitsu Hidaka revealed that Ash's father is on his own Pokemon journey, and would be explored if they decided to further Ash's development, which is probably never gonna happen. I mean, he's been a 10-year-old boy for like 15 years. Number 13. There's a fan theory out there that the sprites for Butterfree and Venomoth were actually switched by accident, and developers just went with it. Looking at their evolutions, it does make sense. Number 14. The original voice actor for Ash also voices Ash's mom. We'll chalk up the vocal similarities to some strong genes. Number 15. The original voice actors for Misty and Brock also played Jesse and James. Number 16. There was gonna be a Pokemon based on Dolly, the clone sheep, but was scrapped because the creators were worried about the controversy. Number 17. All of the early games include unused data for battling Professor Oak. He can be fought by exploiting glitches, and is actually much stronger than the champion. Makes you wonder if he was gonna be the final boss. Number 18. Girafarig's name is the same forwards and back, and so is its original design. That's an anagram, I believe, or something else. Number 19. According to Takeshi Shudo, a director for the anime, an unused plot for the Johto League was going to reveal more information about Ash's father, and end the series with Pikachu and Meowth leading a Pokemon revolt against their trainers. I don't know about you guys, but Pokemon Braveheart sounds pretty cool, actually. Number 20. Game developers wanted to create a Mega Flygon for Pokemon X and Y, but Ken Sugimori had artist's block and they ended up dropping the idea. Have they looked at DeviantArt or Tumblr? Because I'm pretty sure artists have been coming up with cool fan designs of the guy for years. Number 21. The card game was banned in Saudi Arabia for a while because it, quote, promoted gambling and Zionism? Number 22. In the first games, there's a glitch you can exploit to catch Mew. Number 23. This was actually snuck in by one of the game's programmers, and was intended to be an inside joke for other developers, but Pokemon fans quickly found out about it, and Mew became an official Pokemon in the game universe. Number 24. That weird Pokemon Wobbuffet is actually an homage to a Japanese comedian, Sanpei Hayashia. Their mannerisms are practically the same. Number 25. The Pokedex entries for Wobbuffet imply its cute googly-eyed tail is actually its brain, and that the rest of it is a decoy that can endure any attack. Number 26. Rhydon was the first Pokemon ever created, even before the concept was called Pokemon. Number 27. Satoshi Tajiri, the creator of Pokemon, has a favorite, and it ain't Pikachu. Surprise, it's the swirly water-type Poliwhirl. Number 28. The Pokemon franchise has released 39 different manga series since 1997, and counting. Number 29. The original manga series, Pokemon Adventures, has 52 volumes and has been in circulation since 1997, and it's still going. Satoshi Tajiri has said, "This is the comic that most resembles the world I wanted to convey." Sounds like it's worth a read. It actually is. It's awesome. Number 30. Arcanine was originally supposed to be a legendary Pokemon alongside Zapdos and Articuno, but was switched out with the Firebird Moltres. Number 31. Looks like they took a cue from their past ideas when they created Entei, a fire-type legendary dog. Do you think Arcanine looks at Entei and sees everything he was meant to be? Number 32. Meowth is based on Satoshi Tajiri's own pet cat, and its design is inspired by a common Japanese figurine called Maneki Neko, or Lucky Cat. Maneki Nekos are depicted holding an ancient coin, or koban, like the one found on Meowth's head. Number 33. The Pokemon Azurill has a slight chance of changing genders when it evolves. Number 34. No two Spinda are the same. The developers of the games created over 4 billion spot patterns to ensure that each one is unique. Number 35. Poliwag's swirly stomach is actually inspired by the real-life fact that tadpoles have visible spiraled intestines. I've seen it. It's disgusting. Number 36. Pikachu and Meowth were intentionally designed to be natural enemies. They're based on a mouse and a cat, and their Pokedex numbers are 25 and 52 respectively. Number 37. When Paris evolves into Parasect, the Pokedex entries state that the parasitic mushroom on its back grows and takes over the host body. It's a zombie Pokemon. Number 38. The punching Pokemon Hitmonchan is based on Jackie Chan, while the kicking Pokemon Hitmonlee is based on Bruce Lee. Number 39. In the Japanese version, however, their names are Ebiwalar and Sawamular, which could be a reference to kickboxer Tadashi Sawamura and boxing champ Hiroyuki Ebihara. Who knows? Number 40. The infamously pointless Pokemon move Splash is a mistranslation. It's actually Hop in Japanese. That's why the move doesn't actually splash water. Number 41. The conceptual predecessor to Pokemon was called Capsule Monsters. It had some of the same dynamics, but was overall very different. Number 42. While Pokemon has monsters based on real-life animals, Capsule Monsters had monsters based on, well, monsters. The original designs were inspired by dinosaurs like the T-Rex and kaiju like Godzilla. Number 43. British judo athlete Ashley Mackenzie was inspired to learn the sport when, as a kid, a bully stole his Charizard card and he wanted to fight back. Wait, Ashley's a boy's name? Okay, it's fine. Ashley Angel from O-Town is a boy. Number 44. Even though Ash wants to, quote, catch them all, he's only caught around 80 different kinds of Pokemon so far. No biggie. There's only like 7 to 100 billion more. Number 45. In 2000, a psychic sued Nintendo, claiming the Pokemon Kadabra was based off of him. He asserted that Kadabra shared his spoon-bending abilities, looked like him, and even had a similar name. Anyone that thinks they look like that Pokemon and is willing to sue over likeness really needs to reassess their priorities. Number 46. All of the Pokemon professors are named after trees. There's Oak, Helm, Birch, Rowan, Juniper, and Sycamore. Number 47. The design of the Dream Eater Pokemon Drowsy is inspired by tapirs. In Japanese lore, tapirs love to eat dreams and nightmares. Number 48. It's thought that in the Pokemon universe, human language evolved from specific Pokemon battle cries, and the alphabet was learned from the Pokemon Unknown. Number 49. Coughing and wheezing were originally going to be called Nai and La, named after two smog-filled cities. Number 50. Despite Pokemon being one of the longest running series to date, Ash is still 10 years old. Number 51. Ash has never gone past the semifinals of the Pokemon League. Number 52. According to Lieutenant Surge, there was once a great war where Pokemon were used like weapons. Electric Pokemon saved his life by paralyzing his enemies, and yet we've never gotten a video or anything for this. Number 53. Pokemon are commonly eaten by humans, especially Magikarp, or Little Fishy. Never had a chance. Number 54. Following up on that last fact, Farfetch'd were almost hunted to extinction by humans because they make a delicious meal. They even come with veggies. Number 55. The rarest Pokemon card is the Illustrator card. 39 were distributed, and it's unknown how many remain. It serves no purpose in the game except maybe to give the owner bragging rights. Don't worry though, it can be yours for a cool $100,000. Number 56. The entire Pokemon franchise is worth $24 billion. Meowth would lose his mind. Number 57. It seems 100% Pokemon escape-proof, but the Master Ball actually has a slight chance of failing. Number 58. Some of the regions in the Pokemon world are based on real-life locations in Japan. Number 59. The Pokemon Gold and Silver games were made by just 4 programmers. Number 60. Due to the controversy over Jinx's original design, the skin color was changed to purple. Number 61. Although it isn't canon, there's a popular theory that Cubones are actually baby Kangaskhans, whose mothers have died. Number 62. Ekans is snake backwards, and Arbok is cobra backwards. Number 63. Former Pokemon director and storyboard artist Masamitsu Hidaka has said that Brock's removal during the Orange Islands arc was because the staff worried he would be viewed as a racist stereotype because of his eyes. Eventually, they realized no one cared what Brock looked like, and fans missed and enjoyed his character, bringing him back. Number 64. The term Eeveelutions was originally a fan-made word, but has become the official term for Eevee's crazy family tree. Number 65. Doduo, a Pokemon inspired by flightless birds, can actually fly. Number 66. In the first episode of the anime, Ash spotted a mystical unknown bird flying under a rainbow. In the second season, it was revealed to be the legendary bird Ho-Oh. One of Ho-Oh's Pokedex entries states that it will reveal itself before a pure-hearted trainer by shining its bright rainbow-colored wings. Guess Ash is pure-hearted and deserving of the fact that, quote, those who see Ho-Oh are promised eternal happiness. Number 67! The trio of legendary birds are named after Spanish numbers. Let's count them off. Articuno, Zapdos, and Moltres. Number 68! Slowbro's Pokedex entry states that if the shelter on its tail is removed, it will turn back into a Slowpoke, making it the only Pokemon that can devolve. Number 69, Raikou is the only legendary Pokemon that Ash has yet to encounter. Number 70, Heatran is the only legendary Pokemon that can have a gender. Number 71, Lickilicky is the only normal type Pokemon that can learn the move Explosion. Number 72, despite multiple appearances, no Slowpoke has ever managed to execute an attack in the anime. Number 73, Giovanni's sidekick Persian is a shiny Pokemon. Number 74, that weird Pokemon Mr. Mime, it can be male or female, but it's still called Mr. Mime. Number 75, in 2008, Japanese scientists discovered a new protein and named it Pikachurin because of its compatibility with electricity. Number 76, Mew was the first trademark for the franchise, even before they nabbed the word Pokemon. Priorities. Number 77, Pokemon Gold and Silver were planned as the final games in the franchise, but its success helped persuade the creators to make more. Number 78, Meowth was almost a playable character in the first Smash Bros. Number 79, in the small South Pacific island of Niue, Pikachu was printed on their 2001 currency to celebrate Pokemon. Number 80. One of the changes made to the anime when it was broadcast in the US was kinda silly. It was Brock's favorite snack. His onigiri, aka rice balls, were changed to, quote, jelly-filled donuts, so US audiences would better understand what they were. I didn't know what rice balls were, but I would have got it. Number 81. In 2011, Herman Cain, a politician running for president, unintentionally quoted lyrics from the, quote, Power of One song found in Pokemon 2000.
Life can seem impossible, but it's never easy when there's so much on the line.
He thought the lines were from a song played at the 2000 Olympics. Love you, Herman Cain. Number 82. The legendary Pokemon, the Swords of Justice, were based on the Three Musketeers. Kabalion is Athos, Terrakion is Porthos, and Virizion is Aramis. The Pokemon Keldeo is inspired by the youngest, more inexperienced musketeer, D'Artagnan. Number 83, Game Freak, the Japanese video game developer behind Pokemon, started out as a small game enthusiast magazine in the early 1980s. I wish that was still real. Number 84, Brock, known for his signature closed eye look, has actually opened his eyes 3 times in the anime for laughs. Number 85, the only Pokemon games where you meet the main character's father are the Ruby and Sapphire games. He's actually Norman, a gym leader you'll eventually have to defeat. Number 86. Gold and Silver almost had skateboards in the game. Wouldn't that have been rad? Number 87. Pokemon Snap was originally going to be a photography game with no Pokemon in it. They were added in the final phases of development. Thank God, that is the best game they probably have made in a long time. Number 88. Game Freak once made a game for Sega. This pre-Pokemon game was called Pulseman, and also featured an electricity-powered hero. Number 89. The electric Pokemon Rotom is actually an homage to the Pulseman. Number 90. Ash's Japanese name is Satoshi, a reference to the creator of Pokemon, Satoshi Tajiri. Number 91. Meanwhile, Ash's rival Gary Oak goes by Shigeru, a friendly tribute to Shigeru Miyamoto, Tajiri's mentor and friend, and creator of Mario, Zelda, and many other games. Number 92! Despite being a fictional universe, there's a lot of real-world references in the realm of Pokemon. For example, Mew was discovered in South America. Does this mean we can expect a new South American-inspired Pokemon region? Number 93. I choose you, Pikachu! Japan selected Pikachu as its mascot for the 2014 World Cup. Number 94. The shape of the move Fire Blast isn't a stick figure. It's actually a kanji symbol for fire. Number 95. Pokeballs were inspired by the design of Gashapon capsules, which are plastic devices used to hold vending machine toys. Number 96. Each Pokemon game has glitches, but the most famous glitch of them all is the Missing No from the original games. It exists because the developers planned for around 190 Pokemon, but only used space for 151, leaving empty data in the game. Number 97. Missing No can't be evolved, but it can appear as a fossil, a ghost, or weird Matrix-looking code, and as a hollow-pitched battle cry. Playing it in battle will glitch out the game. Number 98. Ash got his first 2 badges without actually defeating the gym leaders. Number 99. Mew was the only Pokemon to be left out of the original Pokerap. Number 100, Pokemon the first movie was actually set to be the finale of the series, but then it got renewed and became, quote, the first movie. Number 101, in the first movie, commentary reveals that Misty's please no reaction to Ash's death was at one point jokingly ad-libbed by Rachel Lillis as my bike, as she tried to find a proper 2-syllable reaction. Number 102, speaking of which, did Ash ever replace Misty's bike? The answer is no, but Nurse Joy did repair and return it to her after Ash competed in the Silver Conference. Number 103, the angsty and dramatic Mewtwo in the first movie is voiced by Masachika Ichimura, who played the Phantom in the Japanese adaptation of Phantom of the Opera. 2 tragic peas in a pod. Number 104, the monster with the highest potential attack or defense power out of all the Pokemon is Shuckle? No way! No! Number 105, remember the mysterious GS ball? Well, its contents are still unknown. Director Masamitsu Hidaka revealed that it was meant to contain Celebi, but after the Pokemon became the star of the 4th movie, it was felt that this would be redundant, and plans were dropped. The ball was left with Kurt in hopes that fans would forget about it, but fans never forget, especially Pokemon fans. Number 106, in the episode Ash Catches a Pokemon, Ash sees Pidgeotto eating a worm. That worm is the first non-Pokemon animal seen in the show. Number 107, Pikachu's name is the combination of 2 Japanese onomatopoeias. Pika Pika is the sound of sparkling, and Choo Choo is the sound of squeaking.
Hey guys, this is Soy from the channel Frederator Network. Thanks for watching this video, guys. If you like Pokemon as much as I do, you should definitely subscribe to this channel. There's tons of Pokemon animation, illustration, art, just about anything you could think of when it comes to Pokemon. Until next time, see you guys later. Can you CG a Pokeball here? Gotta catch them all.